Guys, deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for watching, tuning back in, and all of them things, folks. Basically, Lucas Torreira, I wouldn't call it his debut, but he made his first start for Arsenal on the weekend on Sunday against Everton, so we might as well speak about it. We know with Arsenal in particular, and it looks like Unai Emery is carrying on from Wenger where Wenger was in regards to, if you look at Torreira and Leno, Guendouzi the exception as well as Socrates, blooding players in to the point where we're wondering why isn't he starting, what's going on, this and that. Is there something he's showing or not showing in training? Is there an injury? We know Arsenal, we like to blood players in, we like to give time. We don't do the convention of what other teams like City and probably Liverpool, in fact Fabinho's not really been blooded straight in, but typically they just play their new players as well as playing their best players consistently together. They play their new players straight away. We like to take our time, and I must admit, Torreira clearly needed to start. You saw him come on against Chelsea and make somewhat of a difference, if you can see that. You saw him come off the bench for Newcastle, I believe, if I remember rightly. He had a good start against Everton, so now's the time for him to start. Looking back, I can see why maybe we were taking our time with him and letting him try and get up to pace. The first thing I'll say is actually a criticism. You guys know I love Lucas Torreira. I've sat here and said we need to sign this guy way before it became cool and all these know-it-alls. You saw the vids, the proof is in the pudding. One thing that he probably needs to adjust is, if I look at the tempo of Serie A a little bit, it is clearly slower than the Premier League. He does dive in a bit, and he is good. If I'm very honest, he is lucky in a different circumstance. He actually could have been sent off yesterday because he had two kind of wild challenges. He needs to anticipate the challenge a bit more. I love that he's got that fight, he's got that bulldog in him, but at times it's a bit like he's got that tiny bit of cockle in him, people, in that, to a lesser degree, in that he's trying to win every ball sometimes. Obviously he's not, but you get what I'm saying, in it. Like, he needs to calm that down because you're going to pick up a lot of unnecessary bookings. And actually, if you miss the tackle, which happened a couple of times, we're actually out of position. So probably stay on your feet a bit more is probably, and anticipation is probably the two things I've got criticism of. The good parts, sniffs danger, always there to put a foot in, putting his head in there. Just what we've needed at Arsenal. You always see him sitting between them two centre halves. That's all he wants to do, mop up, to the point where we're actually saying, Torreira, you've got a bit of ability in a game like this. Could you go forward a bit more, please, pass and stuff? Like you saw against Newcastle or a couple games before that, he nipped in to win a ball that started a move to a goal. You saw it against Everton. Everyone praises the great goal Lacazette scored, but Torreira wins it, Ramsey feeds it in, and it's a lovely finish. This is what we need. He makes Xhaka play a bit more as well. Now, what I don't want us to go down is that Xhaka needs Torreira because to thrive. Just a note on Xhaka. Any midfielder who needs another midfielder to excel is not an elite or good midfielder, in my opinion. How are you going to be these big ages playing for a top 6 club and you can only excel or look competent when it's there? Torreira can't. It's not fair on Torreira to think he can shore up the side defensively, because even if you look at the Uruguay, how they play international level to how we are, Torreira looked better at that. He still looked sick, but he looked better there because there was a different kind of ethos to defending. And one criticism of Unai Emery, if I'm honest, is that I did think we'd be a bit more compact. I know it's very early on, but I think we'd be seeing us shaping up in terms of being a bit more solid defensively, quicker than that. So yeah, his passing was amazing. I want him to do that long pass. I want them all to do that long pass over the top a bit more, because the ability is there. The link-up play is there. For me, about Torreira as well, is more often than not, obviously you have to play sideward passes, but more often than not, he's trying to play it forward. He's trying to make something happen. He's really a multifunctional player, and I know he said that one day he wants to play for Boca Juniors, but I honestly think he's destined for Barcelona at this rate. Obviously I'm gassing it a bit, I'm getting a bit excited, but he needs to calm down, he needs to settle, he needs to get some consistency and all of these things, and he's only 22, so yeah, but I really think he's destined for big things, man. He's got an eye for goal, man. Like, it really was a good game from Torreira, man, and we just want to see this consistently now. For me personally, I'm going with Torreira and Guendouzi as our starters. Xhaka's going to start game in, game out, to be fair with him. I actually wouldn't mind all three on the pitch, to be fair with you, and then that would make another debate for Ozil, Ramsey, how they fit into the side. But yeah, Ramsey isn't exactly playing in the form that suggests starting. And to be honest, Ozil's picked up in the last 2 weeks, but since the season started, it's been underwhelming from my man. So yeah, man, I've just liked what I've seen from Torreira in that game, basically. So I thought we might as well talk about it, and it was a good start from my man. So got to hail him up, to be honest with you. But like I said, people, the one big thing is that he needs to probably stop diving in at times, because he's going to pick up a lot of bookings that could be suspensions or sending off. Because watch that game again, people. He could have got sent off. A lot of things could have went differently for Arsenal, and it normally does. But yeah, guys, I've got nothing more to say. Deluded. Get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest if you wish. Thank you.